President Obama got straight to the point in his meeting with young African leaders.
Welcome to the United States of America, and that includes even our friends from Ghana who beat us in the World Cup. Where are you?
We're looking forward fervently to 2014.
The White House Forum included leaders chosen for outstanding work in civil society, business, and religious groups. It provided a glimpse of their vision of how African societies should develop in the coming decades. Mr. Obama said the future of Africa is in the hands of young Africans like them.
Sometimes the older leaders get into old habits, and those old habits are hard to break. And so part of what we wanted to do was to communicate directly to people who may not assume that the old ways of doing business are the ways that Africa has to do business.
This young Liberian worried about the brain drain in his country.
There are many other young African and young Liberian talented people who have great ideas and who want to come back home and contribute to their countries, to the development of their peoples. But many times their efforts, their patriotic efforts, are stifled by corrupt or sometimes jealous officials in government and in other sectors. That basically leads them to seek greener pastures and better appreciation abroad.
But Mr. Obama said the greenest pastures may be emerging markets.
There are countries in Africa that are growing 7, 8, 9% a year. So if you're an entrepreneur now with an idea, you may be able to grow faster and achieve more back home than you could here.
An activist from Malawi said the continent is consumed with the HIV/AIDS crisis.
What can we do to make sure that this comes to a stop? Otherwise, it's greatly affecting development in Africa.
Even as we're battling HIV/AIDS, we want to make sure that we are thinking not only in terms of treatment, but also in terms of prevention and preventing transmission. We're never going to have enough money to simply treat people who are constantly getting infected.
Now back to Ghana. A Ghanaian radio host takes the mic.
I hear those who are cynical about the notion of partnership. They ask, and always they ask, partnership? What kind of fair partnership can exist between a strong and a weak nation?
The interests of the United States and the interests of the continent of Africa greatly overlap. We have a huge interest in seeing development throughout Africa because we are a more mature economy. Africa is a young and growing economy. And if you can buy more iPods, that creates jobs here in the United States of America.
Forum participants met earlier Tuesday with U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. They meet members of Congress today. Laurel, Bowman, VOA News, Washington.